Hey there, Paul. Today I'm going to provide you with 7 unique facts about the film director John Carpenter. Number 1. John was born and raised in Kentucky. While Carpenter was actually born in Carthage, New York in 1948, he spent most of his childhood in Kentucky, where he took his first interest in film. He would later start to make short horror films before even attending high school. This early start would funnel into his career of making many horror-themed films with relatively low budgets. Number 2. John Carpenter's favorite genre is horror. Carpenter directed multiple horror films throughout his career, such as Halloween, The Thing, and The Fog. While he mainly worked on horror films, he did also have some work in the genre of science fiction and some action movies. Number 3. John is known for having multiple failing movies. In his early career making horror films such as Halloween 1979, he had become successful and showed a lot of inspiration for other horror movies. Unfortunately, his skills as director were shutting down in the 1990s, where a film called Memoirs of an Invisible Man was an absolute flop and directed by John. This film not only got back about half the budget that was put in, but it is noted that he probably wasn't a good fit for a director's comedy. While his career as director has fizzled away, he is now an executive producer for the latest Halloween movies released in 2018 and 2021. Number 4. He has a unique scene introduction. John provides a couple of unique ways of filmmaking, and one of those is using the camera to establish geometry or layout. During the opening sequence of Halloween, we see young Michael roaming the house from a first-person perspective, from opening the door to killing his sister and then being found out by his parents. The entire take is filmed in a single shot and establishes the layout of the house. If you ever watched this movie, then you probably remember exactly where Michael's sister's bedroom is. Another opening sequence of John's is that of The Thing. The film beginning spends around 4 to 5 minutes showing the mountainous regions of Antarctica as it leads down to a partially buried bunker or base. John's opening style is really neat for giving the viewer a good sense of location. Number 5. Old movies but good. My personal opinion on John Carpenter's work is that it's really good. By that I mostly mean Halloween 1979. To be fair, I've never really heard or seen much of his other works. Although his works of horror interest me, I can't help but see them as outdated films in this day and age. Number 6. John can turn low-budget films to gold. Sometimes. John has been noteworthy for being able to make high-quality horror films with a low budget. Most obvious of these films is Halloween, given around $300,000 and making over $65 million in return. This was revolutionary for his career, and he continued to make low-budget films later in his process. However, he would later make it increasingly difficult to direct these films as he stressed himself over multiple filmmaking roles such as music composition and other director roles. Yeah, he makes music. Number 7. John defined the slasher genre. Halloween is certainly not the first slasher film that had been created. However, John had artistic talents and intentions that put the elements of slasher into a format that became widely accepted by fans of horror. His film would later inspire many horror movies to feature big, scary dudes with sharp objects like to stab, slice, and dismember people. That's all 7 facts. Hope you liked this video. Although I'm a computer science major, I had fun taking this class and enjoyed working on the film projects. Have a good Christmas break, and thank you for being a fun professor.